How's it going, everyone? My name is Justin Hughes.
And I am David Pledger.
And we are coming to you from the Divergent timeline, the Captain's Log. And we are both captains here, sailing the seas of time.
I gotta put my knee up.
You know, you gotta have that captain, no matter what it is. And we are going to go over some very interesting things. I was wondering, have you seen the new Black Widow movie?
I did. I just actually watched it today, and it was good. I'll talk about the pros and cons of it, but it was good.
Okay.
It was worth a watch. I'd recommend it to somebody. It's long. It's like 2 hours and some change.
No, okay. Yeah. So be ready. If you gotta make sure you get those bathroom breaks before you get in there.
Have your snacks on ready.
Yeah, snacks on deck. You always gotta have those big pockets. You gotta have those big pockets when you go in there. So you go to Walmart and get those dollar snacks.
Have your pillows, your phone charger.
Yeah,
have it
real cozy.
Get comfortable.
Now there's a place in Atlanta called, I think it's called the Fork and Screen. Fork and Screen.
No, is that like the movie tavern thing they've got out
there? Yeah,
there?
it's like a movie tavern. It's super chill. I
haven't done that yet. I want to do that. I want to drag my girl out to do that, but I have not done it yet.
Oh, dang. Our mission here as the two captains sailing the seas of the internet, we are here to provide perspective in the pop culture landscape. We are sailing through there
because it's fun and it's awesome and it's something that we both appreciate right now in this world that we're living in, and all the stuff that we don't want to talk about because we're talking about comics, pop culture.
Yes, all day. We live, breathe, and sleep pop culture. You do music, is that correct?
I've been working on, just producing audio, music, any kind of audio production. I'm an audiophile, I guess you say.
Where can people find you and your music?
I'd say go to SoundCloud right now.
Okay, SoundCloud's where?
David Pledger and SoundCloud.com.
Okay.
I've got some stuff on YouTube, but there's also a bunch of personal stuff. I need to clean up my YouTube and make it. I gotta just divide the personal from the creative stuff. I've got that there, and there's, if you just put in David Pledger or Damon Rain, that it'll probably pull up something that I've made.
Okay, and I think that's something important that you bring up. I kind of am using your music a lot on the YouTube channel that this is going to be on. Yeah?
Oh yeah, and I appreciate that. It actually surprised me. I was watching the video and I was like, oh wow, that's my song.
Yeah, I just called him up and I was all like, hey, do you mind if I use these?
Not at all. I'm not making money or nothing like that, so it's cool to hear it and see it. That's the only reason I do art or music, is just to be seen.
Yeah.
To get out there. I don't need, monetary stuff is nice.
Yeah.
But before that, I just, I want my friends. I want to make cool stuff for my friends and people I know.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a little bit of a needy kid in artists.
Oh, yeah.
Know? Because I feel like I do all my art that I do. It's to be seen.
You want some attention.
Yeah.
We all want some attention.
Why else would you create a podcast? You want your voice.
I don't want nobody to listen to this.
Yes, I want to only distribute this in a cave with no bats or nothing. Not even Batman.
Man, Batman would get in there.
He would find a way.
Batman has a bat cave under where we are right now. Because that's how Batman rolls.
Yeah, he has a plan for everything.
His secrets have secrets.
So I was going to ask, because we're combing over everything. I want each episode for us to have a certain topic, and I think for this being our maiden voyage, we're vibing, we're chilling, but I want to know who your favorite non-Bruce Wayne Batman is. By the way, spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Yeah. No way.
Don't let us get started about Santa Claus.
You know, honestly, and I didn't mention it. I think we talked about it a little bit, like way back. But like, Commissioner Gordon was a good Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like Damian, and I like Dick Grayson, and I don't really care for Azrael. But yeah, like when Batman was gone for a little while, and Gordon had to get in there, and he like shaved off his head and shaved his mustache, and he quit smoking. And he had LASIK surgery, and he actually had like a robot, like a bat robot mech thing.
Oh yeah,
it was like an AI.
Yeah.
It was like a buddy system or something like that. Like, but that was cool. I like that.
You know, Batman has had, at least from what I can recall, 3 mech suits.
He's got his armors. He's got like the bat suits, and then he's got like the one with Commissioner Gordon. It's just like a buddy.
Yeah,
like a mech suit off to the side.
Kind of like a Ultron.
Yeah, but it's just like
not evil.
Get in there. But like, but no, Batman has had some pretty amazing armors though. He's had like the Hell suit.
He was in Doom. Apocalypse.
Yeah, and he had to make that suit just so he could fight against all these insane power level people. Batman should not be alive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to think about it, a bad guy could just be like, eye lasers right into the cowl eyes.
Yeah.
And it would have been over. But that's not good for stories and plots.
Yeah. I will say that at some point, and I know this is a unpopular opinion, but I would be okay with one day Bruce Wayne finally passing away and him leaving behind the lineage to someone else.
I mean they've done like some what if stories.
Yeah.
And I've seen like Damian's like the heavy candidate for replacing him. Which I love Damian.
I feel like Damian would be the most suited because he had that early training, and he's been training in the League of Assassins just like his dad, but his no-kill rule, but like his dad's teaching him that no-kill.
Yeah, his dad's giving him some fatherly advice, and I mean, I totally agree with that. Damian's awesome. I like him, and I mean, he came in with was it Superman's son? There's a bunch of young Justice. But it's a Super Boys or whatever. I know it's horrible. I'm sorry. I have to come back and
not Teen Titans.
It wasn't Young Justice.
It wasn't.
There's so many.
Yes.
There's so many.
There's so many sidekick teams.
There is.
I would say, as far as worst Batmans.
I am the Batman.
This is what I had an issue with Into the Spider-Verse is it was hard to pronounce them in plural.
Oh yeah, Spider-Mans?
Spider-Men or Spider-Mans?
Spider-Mans.
Could you let us know what you believe the right answer is in the comments?
Let us know. And also, we're going to probably mispronounce things and ruin things.
Yes.
You can let us know in the comments.
Yes.
So we know we're wrong already.
We're of the older millennial generation, so
yeah, we're fogies. I don't even know what that means.
But I would say the worst Batman stand-in was I believe it. Azrael. We spoke about this before we went live.
Is it John Paul Valley, I think that was his name. But yeah, he's just some crazy dude.
Yeah.
And at one point he's like all juiced up on Bane venom.
Yeah.
And he's got like a sword of fire, and he's all super over contextually religious. Yeah,
I'm very critical on those characters because, you know, it's like it's hard to find the hero in that. Now, if they have that as their belief, like I love Nightcrawler because his whole belief is a part of his character.
Oh, Nightcrawler from X-Men?
Yeah. And he's not you know, overly pushing it on everybody.
He doesn't force it on people.
Yeah.
He's not knocking on people's door at 7 o'clock in the morning trying to convert you. He'd be like, bam, and he's like in your living room, like, hey, and you're like, no, I'm good, please, I'm good.
What was your take when they tried to make his father be, like a demon?
What's his name? He's the red dude from...
Yeah, I can't remember.
He looks... It's not...
Is his name Azrael too?
I think so.
Oh my god, what? There's so many people named Azrael in the comics.
But no, he was, and that was okay, I guess. Cause but then his mom is Mystique.
Yeah. Yeah, which, I mean, that makes up for a lot of things, but... the reason why I didn't like that is because, he was always ridiculed that, he looks like a demon and everything. And for him to actually be a demon and for all those just nasty people to be right about him, that, to me, that sucks.
I don't know if you touched into the new X-Men video or comics, but, they've got the island of Krakoa. It's like a living island they all live on.
I purchased the one of the first issues of that, and still haven't read it.
It's pretty good. I don't want to run spoilers for you or nothing like that, but they do touch his religion. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go into it.
I've probably already been spoiled through YouTube. Earlier before we went live, you told me about Moira, but I heard that she has been a mutant this entire time.
Since before that, though, she wasn't. She was just a regular human that was just helping Charles Xavier to map out mutant genetics and stuff like that.
Yeah, but somehow because she is her power is reincarnation or something.
More or less, yeah. She dies, she's reborn. And I don't think this, she's reborn, it's not chronological. It's not like she dies and then she's reborn into somebody new at the same time. It's she goes back.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, all that stuff is amazing. Apocalypse and all that is amazing. All the characters have such good development and the new stuff. But it's very complex. And, we'd have to probably research and get into that because I don't even know where to begin.
But you know what's crazy about all of this is we drew parallels from Batman to everything.
7 degrees of Batman. It's like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, we went from Batman to X-Men. We went Batman.
We just hot with Azrael, I think. Or no, we was talking about Azrael being religious, and the Nightcrawler who's religious, and then his daddy is Azrael as well.
Yeah. But
I think we're gonna do that often. We probably have to.
Yeah.
Do the daily parallels.
I mean, in comics there is always parallels. Technically, the parallel to Batman would be. Many people would say Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, yeah, exactly. Just Batman with multiple personalities.
Yeah, and instead of being having all white.
What is it got the moonerangs? What are they called? The little.
Do you have any Moon Knight comics?
I don't think I have any on me. No, I don't see too many Moon Knight I've seen too many Moon Knight comics.
Out of all of the characters in the comic book stratosphere, the universes, I would say that the least known for me is Moon Knight. I have very little I know about him.
I mean, he's kind of interesting. I don't like the whole like he's being controlled, brainwashed by like some Egyptian
like Egyptian god or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me. Like, I guess that's like a Kang the Conqueror. He did that whole Egyptian god thing for a little while.
Yeah.
And I mean, they should probably mix that up because that's kind of a thing. They're in the same universe. But no, I guess I'm over the mummies. And I'm over the mummies and zombies and stuff like that. I need something new in my pop culture.
I agree.
People are gonna hate on me too because people love mummies and Egyptian shit.
The most recent zombie thing that I seen was Black Summer, and I liked the first season, but the second season it was like ugh, it was so hard to watch.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a Netflix show, but I guess I didn't really jazz it up for you. I don't think that.
Well, like I said, I'm not searching for zombies or Egyptians.
Yeah, they're in the 90s and the early 2000s was their peak when the movies were coming out, and just before The Walking Dead became like everybody's show.
Well, actually, like Azrael, I think came out in the 90s because there was like comic books where I think there was like the comic bust, and like they were kind of going through some rough patches, and like all the stuff was like geared towards like 13-year-old boys. So it was just like it was high octane, like very edgy, extreme stuff in all the comics, and then like nowadays it's kind of adults love comics too nowadays. So you just don't have to steer it towards 13-year-old boys or teenagers in general.
Which I think it's interesting because, comics have always been a generational thing. They've always been a popular thing, but somehow back in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, they didn't inspire the adults to go make these movies. But, like the 90s and 2000s, yeah. Well, they did, but I mean, I guess it would be really hard to make a movie for superheroes back in like those days, but
they didn't really go into all that.
Yeah.
I think like Superman was like one of the first like superheroes in comics, and I know but I don't know like the people that started it. I can't remember.
I think it was Action Comics.
Yeah, they did that, and then I don't know if Detective Comics. It was
Detective Comics. I think was associated with Batman.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it came up. I think it's Superman. And I think Superman was one of the first for sure.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even fly back then. He could just like jump real high.
Yeah.
He's just like I can. He still just punches things.
And then they went. They gave him flight, and they gave him like all these powers.
They gave him everything.
Yeah. When did they limit it? There was a point where they said, "Okay, we need to do away with a majority of these powers."
He might have had it up until they killed him.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Doomsday came along and really faked everybody out, and everybody thought there was like going to be a definitive death. I remember when that came out. My friends all had the large.
Yeah, that was like mainstream. Like it was in news and everything.
If your boy was cool, he had the Death of Superman comic book somewhere in his room.
Yeah, I remember the one issue. I can't remember, but it was like Doomsday like crushed a bird or something. With his fist in one of the issues. But yeah,
that was cool. No, they did limit him. They nerfed him a little bit because they were just like, you can't write an intriguing comic book character if he's just impossibly powerful. There's nothing good you can write.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did that, and then I think everybody was butthurt when they brought him back after they killed him. There was like 5 different Superman. There was like a black steel armored Superman.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a robot Superman. Some kid Superman.
I think his name was Steel.
Steel, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the John Henry of Superman. But it was cool.
One moment.
Sorry for the disturbance.
Yes.
We are back on it.
The brief delay. We had to get the smoke brakes in and make sure the electronic equipment is working, and we wanted to go over a little bit more, bring it back to the center, which is Batman. And
not the devil. Batman.
I wanted to go over this is either the devil or an ant.
Maybe an antelope.
Yes.
A wooden creature. It's Batman.
No, just the Batman. Yes. So we have been talking about the Batman and all the different degrees that he connects to the rest of the comic universe. But I would like to go into his rogues gallery, because you can't talk about Batman and not talk about his rogues gallery.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering. Now, I only seen the animated movie of the Court of Owls. Do you know much about the Court of Owls?
Oh yes, I love the Court of Owls. I don't know. I don't know. Would you consider a group of enemies like a rogue?
I would say yes, because the reason why I say yes is because they represent an antithesis of him and an opposition of him that he has to battle. So, but I would say Talon would be their enforcer, so technically he could
he'd be rogue or
be the ambassador of the.
Is it Lincoln Marsh? He became like a solo kind of bad guy off of that because spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
By the way, spoilers on all the comics and animated movies. We'll try not to go into too much detail, because I know I've seen some Marvel stuff that you still haven't got to finish watching.
Yeah.
And I understand that not everyone can watch it right away. Everybody's got different lives and obligations, but I just. Since I've started going full-time school, I just consume this. Oh yeah.
Well, I do a lot of consumption over YouTube, like YouTubers that do comic books, and I do a lot of listening, while I'm working or driving. But yeah, it's all awesome. I was talking about Court of Owls. Lincoln Marsh is spoilers.
Yeah.
But basically,
don't you write a dirty comment down there, all right? We warned you enough.
This is for experienced. We've seen it all, comic book people. But no, he was supposedly the unknown brother of Bruce Wayne. His parents had a kid and they were in a car accident.
Okay.
And they thought the kid died, or somebody said the kid died, but it didn't. The hospital just. Basically snatched the kid up and told everybody it was dead.
Dang.
I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
The U.S. medical system. Back at it again.
But the Court of Owls are this very, high society, rich, they've been running stuff in the background of Gotham for, way before Batman, and that pisses Batman off, because he's just I know everything, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
And he didn't know about that. And they captured him and they put him in what was it? It was like a labyrinth, or a kind of a gauntlet kind of thing, where he's just trapped down there and he doesn't have food, and there's light everywhere. He's overexposed to light, so he can't go to sleep or rest. And then the only thing down there is this owl fountain, and he's I don't want to drink that because I know they're going to try to poison me. It's Batman. But it's awesome. He goes through all this stuff, and they're just really kind of creative bad guys. You mentioned they are a great rogue. I think they're short-lived. I think they didn't do enough with them. I think the Batman Who Laughs pops up, and then he just ruins it for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Which I love the Batman Who Laughs.
I haven't even got to read that, but it was so popular. People were busting out with the spoils, but before I could even say, hold on a second. But that's a intriguing story because, like, Joker and Batman really are two sides of the same crazy coin.
They need each other.
Yeah, because let's face it, Batman is certifiably insane.
He's a psychopath. Yeah, he's worse. He's more of a psychopath than what is it? Like I've seen some arguments on the Joker, like him being like not as insane.
Yeah,
he's not completely like he's got a mind to him, and he's very like intelligent as far as like the insanities and the crap he does. That's why like they were like. The whole thing about them fighting the Batman Who Laughs is like he's not the Joker.
Yeah. He's
Bruce Wayne that succumbed to the Joker toxin.
The madness.
So he thinks like a crazy Bruce Wayne, not like the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker's awesome. Have you seen the Joker War?
No. Isn't that where he somehow gets Mr. Mixaplix's powers?
Mr.
And gets like him to grant him the power over the universe.
You talking about where he tricked him into giving him like a % of his power, and then like he was like eating Chinese people's heads with chopsticks? It was the same dude. Yes. No, he goes crazy.
Wow.
And he makes Superman or I can't remember. Man, I'm failing on this one. But basically, like he makes it to where Batman like dies every day, and he just brings him back, and he like puts him through another thing. Now there was an argument that like that Joker was like one of the most powerful characters in all of comics, just because he could manipulate reality.
Yeah,
and he's the Joker. He's insane.
Yeah, he's like powerful because like as just a non-power wielding character because he's
really not powerful. Joker?
No, he doesn't have the actual power except for
chaos and insanity.
Being pure chaos. But that element of not being able to predict what he can do next is what has kept him from being able to keep Batman on his toes, like because
copyrighting fishes and poisoning the waterways of the city and
always poisoning the water.
Always. And then like there was a thing I read, there was one time where he was just like cosmetic products and beauty products, he was just putting like a little bit of
that was actually the Joker from the 1989 Batman, the movie.
Oh, that's right.
Jack Nicholson.
That's right.
Yeah, he put all of the soap and everything, like, so that's why like the anchors on the news were looking dusty as fuck.
Nah, Joker. I like Jack Nicholson Joker.
Yeah.
I like Heath Ledger Joker. I'm still trying to feel the new Joker.
It's okay. I don't even think Jared likes the new Joker.
Did you see did you see the Snyder cut?
Yes.
The Joker at the end of that. I like that one.
Yeah. I didn't like him in the Suicide Squad. It was like an intermission that didn't need to be in there because like why do you have these tattoos? Who's going to be the tattoo artist to give you these tattoos? Because you have a reputation already of just being crazy and could kill you the next second. So why I wouldn't? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would. Because maybe he was all like, if you don't write damaged on my forehead,
I'm not going to know. You're not going to know I'm a psychopath.
You won't know. And your kids are all in my trunk, and I'm just going to drive my car off a cliff. I don't know. Like
they got the 3 Jokers thing now too. That's going at the same time as the Joker War.
Yeah,
or it's done. But there was supposedly there's more than one Joker. There's
when Batman sat in the Omega chair.
Oh, what's his name?
And found out that there were 3 Jokers.
How many Jokers are there? Bing! What? That's impossible.
Like
no, so what's his name?
Yeah,
I can't tell you his name because there's 3 of them. But that was dope. That was dope when he had the power. That's when they all became gods.
Yeah.
The god of strength, or he was the god of knowledge, and Superman was the god of strength, and then I don't know, I think Aquaman, they all.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go to Aquaman sometime.
Yeah, I would.
We're still on Batman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's so many directions to go.
No, yeah, I mean, do you think that they ever will bring back the Court of Owls? Did they kill them off or?
No, because they're just a clandestine society of rich evil people.
Okay, so they're still around. You could still make some stories with them.
Oh yeah, they could write. Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah,
could totally write it in if he wanted to, but I think he's about done.
Oh no.
Yeah, I loved all that stuff. The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
When Batman was transferring, into the Batman Who Laughs, and he was hooked up to. He had wires and tubes all over him, just pumping them full of antitoxins, and it's not. And then he had to actually embrace it.
Yeah,
it was good. All that stuff. I like the evil. I don't know if have you seen or listened to any of the. I was just talking about it. Dark Knight's Metal.
No.
It's not bad. It's good. It's just the evil the dark multiverse is coming over and fighting and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's one of my favorite things that I've seen. There's this one scene where he's trapped in a dark dimension. Oh, the multiverse, and he's got his granddaughters reading him she's read me a story, and he gets her to pick a random book off a bookshelf, and she sits in his lap, and he starts reading it, and he's wait, this isn't the way the story goes, and she's that's the way it always goes, and she goes all demonic and crawls up the wall backwards.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there is seriously so many different amazing stories that they have written for Batman, but I think we should go over some honorable mentions. I would like to mention the time during the Blackest Night. I think it was during the Blackest Night. I might be wrong. Where Batman was chosen for the Yellow Lantern.
And it bypassed him. It was
no, it worked. And
the yellow one or the green?
The yellow one, yeah, because his whole thing is to instill fear.
You're talking about the Darkest Night stuff?
I think so.
Where he becomes his parents get killed, and then he grabs the ring and.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think he just turns the green ring.
He turns it into
evil. He's his willpower is the ring's we cannot kill, and he's fuck that. And he starts constructing these evil dark black dimensions. Yeah, and he's he kills Commissioner Gordon. He kills everybody.
Batman?
The
yellow lantern. Oh,
it was a dark green lantern. He was able to kill with it because his willpower, and he was so jacked up from seeing his parents die.
Okay, yeah, and I know during the Blackest Night, those rings. Not only they came to people and it either killed them when they wore it, or the rings attached to people after they died. I'm not really sure.
Well, I think that was when the black ring was taking death. People when they died.
Yeah.
And they were just corpses controlled by the the black
they
spectrum.
were zombies, but they were aware of who they were in the past, an evil version of themselves.
That was cool. I like that too. That's a whole nother bag of rings.
Yeah.
With the Lantern Corps. But there's one where one time I think Hal Jordan gave Batman his ring, and he's just try something.
Yeah.
And he constructed a construct of his parents.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he was just like Batman crying at a construct of his parents. It was one of those comics if they're done right, they can tug and make your throat tighten up. You're like,
that's what I've always loved about like comics, is because like you can not only tell, but you can show so much. And like I've always really appreciated different artists like Jim Lee, who has worked for both Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
I remember his time in Marvel. He did a lot of Avengers and X-Men type stuff, but then when he moved over to DC, I know his work with Batman real well, because like while I was in school, like I had to do like this is one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Him and Todd McFarlane.
Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn, and before that he was the reason, like he was during his time was when Spider-Man had those ultra wide eye sockets.
The super yeah. Yeah, he insinuated like the PowerPoints of everybody's costumes.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Batman. I don't think he ever drew Batman. But you can tell a lot of, just McFarlane like changed the art style of comics in general. Everybody was trying to get on the Spawn thing. I think that was back that was in the 90s, and I think like around that time I was getting into Venom, like the Spider-Man, Eddie Brock, the Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
And that was I got Hellraiser, or not Hellraiser. I'm horrible. I shouldn't have said that. All right, move on to the next thing. That's embarrassing.
It's all good. The Ghost Rider, yes.
I apologize.
No.
Hellraiser.
No,
Pinhead.
No, the Hellblazer is Constantine, so you're not too far off of that group of dark comics.
Constantine was in a recent Batman thing. I think it was Batman Damned.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love anytime they throw like the dark Justice League in with any of the lighter sided Justice League.
You talking about Bobo? You talking about my favorite detective chimp in his cute little hat? He's now got a sword now, and he owns a bar.
The problem with this world is we don't have enough Bobo. We need more detective chimps in our life.
And Detective Chimp, DC.
Comics. It's meant to be.
It's all connected.
I think we're about to wrap up. Any recommendations for anything to read, watch, or anything for coming up?
Yes. This is not directly Batman related.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. No, it's on Netflix. It's called Record of Ragnarok.
Okay.
And it's basically a fighting tournament. It's anime. And it's a fighting tournament where... This isn't going to give it away. This is fine. But like basically it's come to the end of times and the gods are like, we can restart it or we could just trash it. And the Valkyries, there's a Valkyrie that's like, you need to give humanity a chance. You just can't like cancel them. There's no cancel culture.
No, we're not
canceling nothing.
Hashtag canceling humans.
Exactly. But no, like basically the gods are like, we're just gonna kill everybody, and they got good animation and some good voice acting and stuff like that. But the Valkyries, they're just they're the link between the gods and humanity, and they convince the gods to have this tournament instead of just the gods ruining everything.
Oh wow.
And it's really good. And I've watched it multiple times. And it's just one season. I don't think they've got clearance on the second season yet.
Yeah.
The fandom is one it, but as far as the internet's concerned, they haven't given it the go yet.
Okay.
But it's called Record of Ragnarok, and it does have Thor in it. He's much more anime-ish and cooler.
Well, yeah. And I feel like we should do a future episode about like Thor and his family.
Oh man,
because that would be interesting.
You know what we could do? We could just spend an episode with like a specific superhero.
Yeah,
and then we can,
we're gonna try to as
diverge.
Much as our ADD riddled brains can do. Laser focus in on one hero at a time.
Yeah, and then just kind of do what we did today. Just kind of ride the roller coaster around that person.
Okay. I would say mine would be, I know they canceled the show, but I would still say go watch Jupiter Ascending.
Man, Jupiter's Legacy, or is it?
Jupiter's Legacy, I think that's...
It was tempting me this morning. I watched that season too.
Netflix shot themselves in both feet for canceling that show.
No reason.
Don't even get it. I'm so mad.
And that has like some... that show also has like some like parallels to what we were talking about. Like Batman is a Batman guy, which turns out to be that guy.
Yes,
so good though.
It's So definitely watch that. And at this point, we are a wrap for this topic. Batman. We may see you again, but not on this current timeline.
Maybe if he connects to somebody else we're talking about.
He probably will.
He will. It's the 7 degrees of Batman.
And David, you want to bid farewell?
Thank you all. This is me, David Pledger, and you'll see me a lot more of me here on the
Evasive Blue.
The Evasive Blue, and it was fun, and yeah.
And my name is Justin Case. Just in case you didn't know, that was our first show. Thank you.
No problem.
My.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man.
Just chiming in, it's going to be Comic Captains.
Evasive Blue.
The Evasive Blue, and it was fun, and yeah.
And my name is Justin Case. Just in case you didn't know, that was our first show. Thank you.
No problem.
My.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man.